welcome to the Resources Roadhouse. I'm Wally Graham, and today I'm joined by Justin Tremain, Managing Director of Turaco Gold. Justin, we did catch up at Diggers and Dealers recently, but we had a little bit of a chat about what's going on with your projects over at the Côte d'Ivoire, and it seems like the Satama project. Okay, so you've released some good results from there of late. That seems to be emerging as the front runner of your portfolio of projects over there.
Yeah, that's right, Wally, and thanks for your time again. Yeah, as we discussed previously, Turaco has a very large position in Côte d'Ivoire across several projects, really 4 projects. But given recent drilling success on our Satama project, that's really emerging as our sort of flagship and our focus moving forward. Satama, when we acquired this package of ground in Côte d'Ivoire, well, really less than 12 months ago, Satama at that point was just a soil anomaly based off quite wide-spaced soil sampling that had been done, and we quickly moved that forward with some auger drilling in the later half of 2021 last year, and then started an air core program at the end of that year, which continued into the first quarter of this year and got some very good air core results over about a strike length of about 3 kilometres. And now we've drilled with RC holes on about 80 metre spacing, about 2 kilometres of strike. So very extensive strike, and we've got very continuous, good grade over good width mineralisation over that 2 kilometres. And then that 2 kilometres, will grow, given we've got auger results and air core results outside of that 2 kilometres over about 3 kilometres. And that in itself sits within a 10-kilometre soil anomaly. So it's a very large system with some great results, and we think it's just going to continue to grow. And some of those recent results were like 30 metres at 1.9 grams per tonne, and several sort of 20 to 25 metre zones at around that 2 grams. And it's completely open. In fact, the best results that we had are at the northern end and the southern end of that 2 kilometres of strike. So it's very, very encouraging. We've only drilled it down to about 120 metres, and majority of that is oxide as well, which is another great positive for the deposit. But we have also demonstrated the mineralisation continues at depth into the fresh rock.
Well, it sounds like the kilometres that you're throwing out there, it sounds like quite a large project, which really does, well, it suggests that you've still got a lot of drilling to do, and there is going to be a lot of drilling happening out there.
Yeah, that's right. As I said, we've really only been drilling on this since the beginning of the year with a couple of phases of drilling, and have quickly advanced what was just a soil anomaly into a greenfields discovery that the team's made in Côte d'Ivoire. As I said, all indications that it's a very large system. So in addition to the drilling, we've recently done an IP on-ground IP survey over about 4.5 kilometres of prospective strike, and that's really highlighting some good IP anomalies in terms of chargeability and resistivity, which corresponds well to the area that we've drilled, and that really does demonstrate that the 2 kilometres will grow as well. And then we've also just recently flown high-resolution magnetics over the entire Satama permit, which has had no exploration outside of this area of drilling that we've been doing over the last 6 months. And then we also have, as part of the same project, a permit just about 15 kilometres to the west, which we call Bouaki North, but we really sort of put it as the one project with Satama, which we call the Abernia Gold Project. And at that Bouaki North permit, we have unbelievable soil geochemistry that we're very confident we're going to have discovery success there as well, which will just only complement what we've discovered here at Satama.
All right, well, that's a lot of work for one project, and you've got 3 more, and so obviously you don't really want it to overshadow the other ones, but so work will be continuing on the other projects.
Yeah, but as I said, the focus will be on this Satama project, and then our northern projects, which is really the Tonga North project, which is an earlier stage but fantastic, consolidated exploration position of about 1,500 square kilometres of greenstone belt. We'll just continually systematically explore that with soil geochemistry and auger drilling and work up targets there. And then we also hope to start work on our Furky project up in northern Côte d'Ivoire end of the year as well, after the wet season, when we haven't done any work on that project there, and there is a gold discovery there for us to follow up.
So with all the work you've been doing at Satama, are there still assay results outstanding?
Yeah, we've released our RC results of all our RC drilling just recently. And then we've also done some air core drilling, which is stepping out on parallel structures and testing parallel structures with just shallow drilling. So we have some results pending on that, which will also tie in with the geophysics that I mentioned before. So the high resolution magnetics, and also the further interpretation of the recent IP survey, in particular dipole survey that we've done.
Well, even before all that sort of arrives and hits the drawing board, it seems like you seem to be in the right area. You seem to be drilling the right bits.
Yeah, and it is associated with probably one of the most prospective greenstone belts in Côte d'Ivoire. To the north of us, we have a very large project called Fedicro, which is an Endeavour project, which is about 2.5 million ounces at 2.5 grams per tonne, which they're doing a feasibility study on. And then to the south of us, we have a couple of operating mines, some of the earlier mines that were developed in Côte d'Ivoire, called Bonacro and Agbao. So it's actually a very, very prospective greenstone belt in Côte d'Ivoire that we've made this Satama discovery on.
All right, mate. Well, as always, we always like having a chat with Turaco Gold and finding out what's going on over there. Always like to hear the news too, so make sure you keep in touch and make sure you let us know what's going on so we can bring it to our readers and viewers here at the Roadhouse. But until that next time rolls along, Justin, thanks for popping in again.
Yeah, thanks for your time again, Wally, and it's good to catch up.